Here we go. Welcome Caleb's Basketball Pod. Much as promised, we're doing an All-Star Weekend preview. I'm going to preview every event, every All-Star game, Rising Stars, Wagler, and give a little prediction on who I think is going to win. Okay, let's kick you off with the Rising Stars. That will kick off tonight at 9 p.m. on TNT. We have Team M for Mitch Richmond. We have Bob Collington, Balak Kubabale, Julia Strava. We have Amon Thompson, Arzir Thompson. We have Kamara and Bazelis, which Bazelis will also be in the slam dunk contest. Interesting team here. Now we have Team T, which is for Tim Hardaway Sr. He has Alex Saw, Zachary Worcestershire, Brandon Pajinski, Jamie Vasquez, Grady Dick, Tristan Del Slava, and Anthony Black, Jet Black. Now we have Team C for Chris Mullin. We have Jalen Wells. We have Dalton Connett. He has Trace Jackson Davis, Keontae George, Zach Edey, Ryan Dunn, and Stephen Cass. So I like that team. I like Chris Mullin's team. Then we have Team G League. We have Matt McClung. We have Bryce McGowans. We have J.D. Davidson. We have Leonard Miller, Dink Pate, Reed Shepard, and Pat Spencer with Jeremy Lin as the head coach. Let's see what our brackets are real quick. There we go. We have Team Chris against Team Tim. Then we have Team G League versus Team Mitch. So how this is going to go is we're going to have these two games like we do every year. Two games to start off. The winners of those games meet in finals, but there's more significance to this. The winner of this will meet one side of the All-Stars for Sunday for the All-Star coached by Candace Parker. So this will make this tonight a lot more interesting if you ask me. We have Team, as I mentioned, Chris against Team Tim. Ooh, tough. I like both of those rosters. Those are probably my favorite rosters. To be honest, those two. But I'm going to go with Team Tim on this one. I like Grady Dick. I like Jamie Vasquez, Worcestershire, Alexander Saw. Lot of good young rookies. Even Anthony Black from last year, sophomore. So we're gonna go with Team Tim on that one. Then we have Team Mitch versus Team Jeremy. I'm going to go with Team Mitch. I like the Thompson brothers, Cooper Bale, really good squad. Then I'm gonna go with Then I'm going to go with Team Tim for the winner of this. I'm going to say Team Tim takes the Rising Stars event and that they will meet the All-Star. So again, we're going to remember that, for instance, that they're going to meet, I believe it's Team Shaq. So let's just keep that in mind and let's remember. We have the Kia Skills competition here. We have the 2025 participants. We have Team Cavs, which has Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. We have Team Rooks, Worcestershire and Alexander Saw, like that squad too. Two good squads so far. We have Team Spores. That's a sleeper. That could most definitely win. That has Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama. Then we have Team Warriors, Draymond and Moses Moody. My two favorites in this would be Spores and Cavs. But just because of how skilled Chris Paul is at this stuff, and I'm sure he's prepping, and Chris Paul is very competitive, I'm sure he's prepping Wembanyama. I'm going to go with Team Spores for this. Now we have our Starry three-point competition. Our participants are Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Buddy Hield, Cam Johnson, Dame Lillard, and Norman Powell. Dame Lillard is a multiple-time defending champion, and he's been balling out in these. It's hard to pick against him. Want to say sleepers, in my opinion, is Garland and Brunson. I like Cam Johnson too. Buddy Hield, when he gets hot, can get going. But I'm going to go with a defending champ. I'm going with Dame Lillard and say he's going to go back to back to back because he shoots lights out. And the fact that he's so used to this format, I think that's going to go a long way for him. Next up, we have our slam dunk competition. As I said, Bazelis is in here for the Bulls. We have Stephen Castle for the Spurs. We have Andre Jackson for the Bucks. We have defending champion Mac McClung from the G League of the Osceola Magic. I like Stephen Castle's bounce. I think he's a really good dunker, and he's going to put on some amazing dunks. But I'm going to go with Mac McClung on here just because he's been so creative. He says he's running out of things to do. But I'm going to go with Mac McClung. He's going to win one more, and he said this is his last one. So I'm going to say he's going to go out with 3 straight, and that's how he's going to do it. Now, next up, we would have the All-Star Game, as I spoke on. And that is a different format. So again, we're doing this like for format like for Rising Stars. It should be different. We're hoping to find a new competitive level for the All-Star Game, and I really hope we do. We start off with Team Kenny versus Team Chuck. We have the Young Stars versus the Global Stars. Let's see. Try and find our rosters here. 1 second. Let's see. Give me a second. But here, we're going to find the roster. As I do that, I will talk about, want to talk about something that was mentioned real quick on a podcast. I listened to basketball podcast, something that was talked about. Talking about on Danny Green's podcast about the Sixers, about possibly blowing the team up next year. I don't think that's fair to the team or the fans. This has been a really unhealthy season. I think you do what I said. I think you tank this year. If you get that top 6 pick, it's unprotected, or you get it. And once you get it, you get to draft someone. You have a shot to get maybe number 1. Maybe you get Cooper Flagg. So I don't know in general why you would want that. I don't know why at this point, when you're just right next to that play-in, why you would really even go for it. Instead of just tanking and getting that pick and seeing if you want to build. I mean, maybe at that point, maybe you look to trade Embiid or George. But if you look at it this way, this is how you can do it. You would have that young guy. You'd have that draft pick. Then you would still have Embiid, George. You would still have McCain coming back from injury. You would still have Tyrese Maxey on your roster. Why rebuild? Why not give it one good solid run with that rookie? Maybe he fills a spot you won't get in. Maybe he helps when Embiid and George are injured because both of them struggling with injuries. So give it one good run next year. If it doesn't work next year, then go back to the well. But give it one good run. At least in my opinion, that's what I would do. But let's go. Kenny's Young Stars. He has Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Jaren Jackson, Evan Mobley, Jalen Williams. I like this team because they're young and they're really excited to be on here. So I think they're going to battle and compete. I think they're going to want it. Chuck's Global Stars is who they're voicing. They have Donovan Mitchell, Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Alperen Sengun, Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns, Victor Wembanyama, Trae Young replacing Giannis. Like that team too. So it's going to be an interesting. I think Chuck has the height, but I want to say because of effort, I'm going to give the effort side to Kenny's Young Stars, and I think they'll walk away with it. Now we would have Team Tim, as I picked, to go against Team Shaq, which is Shaq's OGs. So Shaq's OGs have Jaylen Brown, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Dame Lillard, Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving replacing the injured Anthony Davis. So I do think the Rising Stars are going to bring a level of competitiveness out of these older players, because they're going to come out and they're going to want to make a name for themselves by beating them. I think it's going to be a close, forced game, but I believe the OGs will pull away and win at the end and maybe get some competitiveness for that next game against who I'm predicting to be Kenny's team. And it depends. Do we keep that level of competitiveness because it is Kenny's Young Stars possibly against them? And do the OGs want to show they're the kings of the court, so to speak? And if that's the case, I'm going with Shaq's team. But, and I'm saying this, there was a huge, huge chance that Kenny's team just comes out. These guys not only are the young stars, but they're really, really good players. And they just come out and they take it. So for me, I'm going to say because of effort and playing hard throughout all games and not taking time to come alive like I think Shaq's OGs will, I'm going to go with Kenny's Young Stars to win the All-Star format. MVP, I'm going to go Anthony Edwards, MVP, All-Star MVP prediction. So we'll check on Monday. We'll recap what we've seen, and we'll see if I got any of this stuff right. But it should be a fun All-Star weekend. I hope we see a high level of competitiveness in the All-Star game. But yeah, come back on Monday. Thanks for tuning in.